Welcome to another episode of the Read Pile. Today I'm looking at New Warriors Omnibus Volume 2. This big bastard. This is roughly New Warriors from the 90s, issues 27 through 53, I think. There is very small print here that tells you what is included in here. There's a couple issues of, 27 through 53. There's some annuals, there's some issues of Night Thrasher, Nova, and X-Force where they cross over storyline-wise with basically other stuff that Nicieza was writing at the time. Now, this is almost entirely written by Nicieza, almost entirely drawn by Derek Robertson. Mark Bagley did most of Volume 1, so this is actually a really nice break between, artist teams. Now, I was just showing you what this included. What this doesn't have, this is 1,100 pages, and what it doesn't have is a table of contents or an index. So this is numbered, page numbers all the way through the entire thing, but there's no directory at the front here to tell you where things start, and it's just so basic. 1,100 pages, and they couldn't include two more to tell you what page numbers things start at. It's mind-boggling. I just don't understand. I don't think publishers know what they're doing anymore. Just really basic things. Page numbers and table of contents. Anyway, so the reason I read this is going to sound weird. I bought this some time ago. Pre-orders have gone up for Volume 3, which would go through the end of the series, which is like 74, I think. I didn't know how far I read into the series. Turns out it's farther than I thought, so I gave up at 60. But past this, the writer changes. It actually becomes Nicieza's assistant. I can't remember the guy's name. And I don't think I have any attachment at that point, so I won't be getting Volume 3, but the reason I needed to read Volume 2 was to figure out if I wanted to buy Volume 3. So I needed to get far enough into the overall series to be like, where does my memory stop? Where does the nostalgia stop? Because this is a very nostalgia-driven purchase and a reread for me. I don't know if anyone that wasn't reading this originally would care enough to read it now. Part of the reason that I get these collections, the stuff from the 90s, I'm repurchasing stuff that I have in single issues, is these are just hard to read. Like, digging through boxes and, messing with tape on a single issue just to read 20 pages, it's kind of a hassle. Giant books like this are also a hassle. Like, I've been lugging this thing around for weeks, room to room, and it's not great. However, it's far more convenient than dealing with a bunch of plastic sleeves and single issues and stuff. So, mission accomplished. I reread this. I largely enjoyed it. It was good. I don't regret the purchase. But I'm also done with the New Warriors trip down memory lane. I don't need to buy Volume 3. This covers largely everything that I remember. And around that time, I was really trying to abandon Marvel. Yes, I was reading Marvel predominantly for Image and for more independent stuff. See also my video on Scud for more on that. But I did it. I said that it's enjoyable. I did enjoy it. Some notes. There's a few things. I think it's in the annuals where Derek Robertson actually wrote, not just. Yes, here we go. A story by Derek Robertson, which I think is great. Turns out he's actually a really talented writer. I don't know what else he's written. For me, Derek Robertson primarily is The Look of the Future. Transmetropolitan, I think, is still my go-to as far as what the future looks like. So it's It's sometimes weird for me to go back and like see what they were doing before their famous work, and I know plenty of people will know Derek Robertson from The Boys, which is also, you know, it's certainly memorable. I'm used to Spider Jerusalem, and instead it's superheroes, and it's a little weird. Anyway, what this, I don't want to say it's famous for, but one of the things this does in a major way is redesigns the main characters of the series. So this is, I think it's Rage's third outfit. This is after Vance gets out of jail, so he starts going by Justice. And we've got Nova, who now has some red accents. Firestar looks completely different. She actually got this from Namorita. Namorita is now blue with the fishnet skirt. Some random bits of armor. Speedball changes the least. He gets, as far as the blue and orange and bubbles go, redesigned a bit. There are some black lines, and he gets a coat, which I think is dumb. The coat looks dumb. Silhouette, I also don't think is as nice as the original outfit, and then Night Thrasher largely looks the same. It's still black armor, red accents, but there's a particular page here in one of the final issues that shows off all of their changes, and I think it's, I don't know, kind of amusing, but ultimately, yeah, Derek Robertson redesigns all of the original characters, which, I don't know, it's kind of cool. Since this is a channel that is also about toys, I should bring up Justice and Namorita are both up for pre-order, and I am buying Justice. I do prefer that version rather than, I don't know where I can find a good picture of him, but the outfit that he originally has as Justice just looks like kind of hockey pads, and it's not good. This Fury is so 90s. So I'm getting the Marvel Legends Justice, and that will be, I think, good enough. I would take a Marvel Boy if it's ever offered, which I kind of don't expect it would be. But that Namorita I am skipping because that one is Civil War era. It's not original green one piece or bikini. She changes outfits a few times. And it's not the blue Chimera design originally either. So I'm skipping Namorita. Hopefully somebody else makes her. One of the other things this does is it expands the roster of the New Warriors. So it was originally 6, and then this is terrible. I hate this. I hate this outfit. It was originally 6, and then because of things that were happening with, look at the size of it. This is not Robertson, but look at the size of the, like, look at his hand versus her entire torso. This image is insanity. Anyway, I think that was Richard Pace. There's a couple of weird things too, like this is an issue of New Warriors that's here in the trash. At one point it's talking about X-Force being a comic. They go to a comic convention. It's weird. Stuff like that I don't remember. I remember the broad strokes of the stories as far as like what was happening with Vance and Firestar and what happens with kind of Rage and his family, and Nova I didn't really remember, but Nova and Namorita sort of having a relationship. All of that stuff I remembered, but some of the, I guess, more intimate personal details I'd forgotten. But I would take a toy of this version, and then here you can see it's really just a coat. Rage, I think, does grow significantly depending on who's drawing him, which is a little weird. Prisoner Vance would be interesting, but here's the original silhouette, and I still prefer the black and yellow over black and blue. And then there's Night Thrasher. Anyway, it's, 27 issues of New Warriors plus another, I don't know, it's definitely over 30 issues of content. It's hard to talk about this in depth, but Asylum. This stuff was pretty good, too. Oh, I was starting to talk about additional team members. Years ago, when I was originally building a new Warriors team, and I think at the time only Night Thrasher really existed as a toy. This is before Speedball came out, and I think Darkhawk existed too. I'm like, should I get Cloak and Dagger? Cloak actually is a reserve member. No, Dagger's a reserve member. Cloak teams up at one point, but he later says no thank you when they ask Cloak and Dagger to join. Anyway, so I thought about it, and I'm like, I can't have more reserves than I do main members, so I didn't buy Dagger, and I'm fine with that decision ultimately. I will never buy a Hindsight Lad. He's terrible, and his outfit is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Anyway, I'm done. I can now read something much shorter, and decision made not to buy Volume 3. I know at that point Ben Riley joins. It's some of the original members leave. I was scrolling through the wiki just to like get a baseline knowledge of what happened and to figure out if I wanted to continue, and the answer is no. Like original members leave and then new people join, and I don't care as much about the new people than I do the old, so no. I'm good with this. I can probably move this to a longer term storage and move on to something else. So it's recommend only if you also have nostalgia for early 90s New Warriors comics. It's not the interruption I was expecting. Alright, thanks for watching.